Meet Lynn Frey. For 36 years, Lynn has been making people laugh, mammals included. That's because Lynn worked at SeaWorld and was a crowd favorite on the job. Lynn's tenure came to an abrupt end, however, which is typical when you work a job. Keep watching as we'll see how a beloved crowd pleaser was suddenly sacked after nearly 40 years of service. While controversial in the eyes of many for their treatment of marine life, SeaWorld can now add to their controversial status, employee treatment. While they don't keep employees in a giant bathtub like they do their whales, employees are still subject to all the horrible aspects that come with working a job, with the number one irritant being the low pay. Despite all the negatives, Mr. Lynn Frey, or Lynn the Mime, as he was famously known as, still called SeaWorld his home for 36 years because he was able to do this. Employers often don't see the value their employees bring to the table. People would literally visit SeaWorld Orlando to view the show Lynn would put on for the audience. This, of course, increases revenue, but unfortunately, this very seldom trickles down to the employee, leaving workers frustrated and thus fostering a community of disgruntled people. Thankfully, Lynn wasn't one of those disgruntled workers. However, he had the unfortunate situation of running into one. We'll let him tell the story.
Well, I hope you guys are all doing great today. I know I am. I am no longer at SeaWorld. That is what is going on. It was not my decision. It was theirs. This is exactly what happened to me. This is what happened. As I ride my bike through security guard, seen some security ladies there that I've seen quite a few times over the years, and just said good morning and got on my bike and rode away. And as I rode away, I heard some gentleman yell at the top of his voice, "Hey, come here!" I didn't know what he wanted, so I turned around and looked at him, and he said, "Come here!" I went over and said, "Yeah." And he goes, "You're not allowed to ride that bike on this here." And I went, "What?" He said, "You're not allowed to ride your bike in this park." And I said, "I've been riding my bike in and out of this park for the past years. I mean, I've been doing it for years. I've been riding my bike in and out of the park." And he said, "You're not allowed to ride your bike." And I said, "I don't understand why I'm not." He said, "You're not allowed." "You're not allowed" to me is not an answer. That's just him telling me I'm not allowed. I'd like to see some paperwork or something. There is nothing. I read the SeaWorld handbook. I got it. I read it. There's nothing about it. "What do you want me to do?" He said, "Park your bike over there." As I parked my bike, I walked away from him and I said, "Great, now I can't ride my bike." I have a place to park my bike in my dressing room. I ride my bike in on the back road, go to my dressing room, park my bike in my dressing room. Again, been doing it for years. The only thing I said to him, he said that I cussed at. Well, I said, give some guy some sergeant bars and it goes to his head, or something to that effect. It wasn't swearing. It wasn't nothing like it. It was just, something to that effect. They never called me into HR and said, "What happened?" I came home after 2 days of work and my boss, he called me up and told me I'm not allowed on SeaWorld property anymore because I cussed at the security guard. I didn't cuss at him. Everybody out there knows me and knows that I wouldn't do that. SeaWorld never let me say my side of the story. They just judge, jury, and executioner that quick. And 36 years at SeaWorld, and evidently that means nothing to them.
Imagine giving 36 years of your life to an employer for them to just fire you. You'll receive nothing, no pension, no parting gift, no thank you. This can be a harsh reality for long-tenured employees, as sometimes companies don't want to pay a pension and other benefits, so these workers are brought up on some bogus accusations in order to justify letting them go. We're not entirely sure that this was Lynn's case, as his employment structure was working for a contractor that was contracted out to SeaWorld. Avoid situations like this entirely by visiting jobzombie.com and joining the waitlist for the Employment Apocalypse Survival Guide, which contains a wealth of information that will save you from the stress and heartache jobs cause. Please show your support for the channel by subscribing, as this provides a clear metric for us to continue making these videos. And as always, thanks for watching.